recording. Alright, I think we're good. Alright. Hey guys, thank you for clicking on this video and stuff. I have two friends joining today. My friend Seth and Parker. We're also going to be, this is the first episode on this channel. Me and Seth actually did an episode that will be uploaded on the Indari channel sometime this week, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Let me pull this up real quick. Alright, so I have my friend Parker joining the podcast. He was a Hall of Famer, president for term secretary, and vice president, co-president of the Drama Club, and was also the vice president and president of the Drama Club, and was a former RA and senior RA of the college. He has received a lot of awards, including the Jack of Trades Award, a few scholarships, and got the military service and graduation day. I also have my friend Seth on here. He will be joining us. He's a three-time college athlete. He was on the soccer team in 2021. In 2021 to 2022, he was on the basketball team. He was on the cross-country team in 2024. Won homecoming in 2023. He is the president of BSU, vice president of AAB, the vice president of SGA. He also had experience being the president of AAB from 2022 to 2024, and he recently got his 10th award. So I had some questions for both of you guys. I guess you guys can take turns like answering and stuff. My first question, let me pull it up. I guess I'll ask Parker first, and Seth you can answer after. Out of all the awards you guys received, what was the one you were like the most like happy about receiving?
So the award I received the most, I was most happy about with my time in college, Jimmy, would have to be the definitely the Jack of all trades award. And the reason behind that is because if you would know me when I first started at Central Penn and everything in my time, the running joke was whenever I did a Nightway episode was I was the president and in so many clubs on campus, so pretty much any major event that happened at Central Penn College with the BSU lock-ins or Cram Jam or the Drama Club did something, I was somehow involved with that event, helping any way I can. So it was definitely a good recognition to receive that award. And then a close second would have to be my Nightly News Hall of Fame induction ceremony award, because me being an accounting major in college, I never would have thought I would have had the experience to be in the Nightly News, because I'll be honest, when I was in high school and all and middle school, I wasn't the best at English and writing papers. Well, Professor Miller and Professor Olympi had a lot of faith in me because I was on so many numerous podcasts with the club, and I also made the cover so many times writing stories. And lastly, I guess the big one is I'm the only non-communications major in the Nightly News Hall of Fame to this date.
Nice, that's cool too about cause yeah, Nightly News is more of I don't want to say it's like a club limited to one major, but a majority of the major were normally communication majors, so that was cool to see that someone outside of that major was also in the Hall of Fame.
Right, and that's one thing that's funny, because when I first got approached about it, my first thought was, why would I join the media club because I'm an accounting major? But I remember Professor Miller saying, just come to a meeting, don't let this intimidate you. And I'm actually glad that day he told me to come to the meeting, and it actually opened up a lot of doors and a lot of opportunities for me. I saw big improvements in writing and everything because of the Nightly News Media Club.
Yeah, and it's ever since you went to that meeting, like you said, if you didn't go to that meeting, you might have not had those same opportunities that when it came to the writing and the clubs for that specifically Nightly News and stuff. So I'm sure you're happy you went to the meeting and stuff. It sounds like there was a lot of opportunities, connections, and all that good stuff with Nightly News.
Absolutely, it's definitely great.
Yeah, I was never really as much of a member of the clubs. I would support I would go to the club events and show my support and stuff. But yeah, I know both you guys were very heavy in the clubs and stuff. Seth, the same question goes to you. Out of all the awards you got, like, what was the one that you were like the most happy about, like, receiving?
Okay, so the most, the most, the award I got that would make me the proudest had to be my Impact Award I just got. Not just because it was my 10th, but like how Parker said, like high school, I wasn't really involved with the clubs. I was more involved with sports, and it helped me. When I first got here, it helped me realize that I could broaden my brand as myself more than just sports, and I joined clubs. The rest is history after that. And the reason why the Impact Award is so impactful to me is because when I first got here, I always wanted to leave an impact on, like, not just my friend group, but like the school surroundings. And I had a lot of like models that I could like shape like myself after, and then build off that. So yeah.
Nice. Well, yeah, it sounds like you guys both, like I said, had a lot of experience with the clubs and like different roles in the clubs, different parts of the clubs, different clubs in general. It's good to hear that you guys like got a lot done, and you guys had a good answer to both of like what you guys' favorite awards were, which kind of leads into my second question, which is, has there ever been a time you got an award you were happy about getting, but you kind of wish it was like in a different category? Like you were grateful you got the award, but you kind of were like, oh, I kind of wanted this award instead or something like that. I guess up to you guys who wants to answer first.
Go ahead, Seth. If you want to answer first, go ahead, because I'm still actually thinking about that one.
Okay. The Okay, so out of all the awards I got these past 4 years, the one that made me think why, like out of all the awards I got, why this one basically was like when I got the positivity award, it was like I understand why I got it, but it was like that was the same time where I could have got Jack of all trades award. I could have got a leadership award. I could have got something for like for what I did with the clubs instead of just who I am. So basically, I was just like, okay. I was still grateful because they didn't have to give me no awards. I could have graduated college not getting a single award. So all the awards I got, I equally am appreciated. It was just that award. I was like, well, okay, cool. They're just giving me an award, but okay.
Yeah,
Not sound bad.
I get what you mean. Like you're very grateful you got the award and stuff, but then you also like, oh, I kind of wanted like this award at the same time. What about you, Parker? Has there ever been like a time where like has that happened? Has that not happened?
There wasn't really never a time where I thought I should have gotten a different award or anything. I guess on my line with that question, Jimmy, would more fall on the line that I was more surprised that I got certain awards that I didn't expect to get. Like the big one was I got this one scholarship for being the business student that Professor Schneider anonymously recommended me for, and I got it for the Education Foundation, and it caught me off guard and surprised because when I first started at this college and everything, as I was going through college, there was a lot of great business students in the accounting program, the business program, everything. So the fact that I got chosen for that award, it kind of got me off guard and surprised because I was always someone that if I like to give credit where credit's due, and I was very appreciative of getting this award. However, at the time, I thought someone else who was in the accounting program with me deserved it more. And I actually was asking about what was to differentiate me getting the award over the other person, and they told me it's because of my involvement on campus. So I was very appreciative, but it was like more very shocked.
Yeah, that makes sense. like you guys had like a similar answer where it's like you're very like happy you got an award because like you said like you didn't have to get an award, but you guys are very happy you got one. And it sounds like there's been like times where it's like it's kind of funny because it's like there's some times where it's like you get an award where it's like you thought you were getting something else or like you might have wanted something else, but like that makes sense. I know you guys both got like a lot of awards and stuff. My next question doesn't really have to do as much about the awards, but it does have to do with college though. I was gonna ask you guys like kind of like what were you guys like favorite like memories of like going to college? I guess Parker you can answer first if you want, and then Seth you can answer after that if that works.
Yeah, I could answer this one first. So when it comes to college memories, I guess the biggest thing that stood out to me was just the things that I did with friends on campus. Like my friend group in college, like from the days we were playing football up in the second tier parking lot up behind the apartments, or playing in the small little lot right next to 181 there in the snow. Like there's so many memories to account for from college that I'm really glad I enjoy. And since I'm on the podcast here, I'll be honest with you, Jimmy, and said my first year at Central Penn, like I actually thought about transferring out of Central Penn after my first year. Like I wasn't enjoying college. I was going home all the time. I just wasn't happy. But then I learned as I got more and more involved on campus, it made it a lot easier and more fun to be in college. Like from playing football with friends, wiffle ball, or even just doing three or four student doing four student created plays with the drama club. Like there's so many memories I'll have from college that like there's days I'm looking back at, I'm like I would really wish like I could just have the opportunity again to like do it all over again. You know what I mean? Like you had a fun memory of something. You're like, man, I would
Yeah.
do something to just go back to do it again. So don't get me wrong. In college, there was a lot of there was very good amount of ups and downs, but definitely the ups and the people I was around helped make college better and everything with Central Penn.
Yeah, I think that's a great answer. That's honest. I related to that a lot too. Like I remember I joined during COVID. I think my first term was like either your last term or you might have even been done. I forget. I started like around like fall 2020. I remember I met you my first term. Um, but like yeah, I remember just like it was just a weird time to start college. And then I remember. Oh, what were you saying? My fault. What
Oh
happened?
no, you're good, Jimmy. I was just gonna add on to that. Like the COVID years of college were the toughest years for us Central Penn students because my whole senior year was pretty much taken because of COVID. Like I remember myself and someone else, we got the senior RA position, and immediately the spring term of March, we got a message saying that we were going online for a while for the first couple weeks of the summer term. Well, then that turned into the whole term, and then I remember I think there was a total of 2 terms where we were online, and then my last term on campus, I guess I had a term and a half left on Central Penn after COVID because I remember I think it might have been summer term. We came back halfway through. Like it was like me, the other senior RA, and a couple of like out of state students were allowed to come on campus. Like it was nice and all, but it wasn't like the same feeling Central Penn was when I first got there until like 2019. Like after COVID hit, like it was just a whole different vibe at the college.
Yeah, and I remember because like technically my first graduation was at college. I didn't. I mean, I had a graduation for high school, but like my senior year of high school was like the peak of COVID. So like our graduation was pretty much like me and my family went to the gym, met with the principal, and like that was it. And it's like so my first graduation was at Central Penn, and it was a great graduation too. And I remember just like yeah, kind of like what you were saying, like you were finishing school when COVID was happening, and like I was starting school when COVID was happening. Like in general, whether you're starting school, finishing school, or just like whether you're a junior or sophomore, just being a student when it's during the pandemic is like it's crazy. It's like we were living in history. It's crazy. Like I remember like I never actually. I've been very fortunate to never have COVID, but I know some of my roommates at the time had COVID, and we had to quarantine and stuff. Like we had to like order our food to our dorms, and like we couldn't even like take out the trash or anything. Like we were literally like on lockdown. And I remember my first term, we were also like we had to go. It was like after the Thanksgiving break, I think we ended up just finishing the term online, and then after that, like things slowly kind of went back to normal. Um, but yeah, and I also agree with what you meant about like you felt like you wanted to transfer maybe or something like that. I felt like that a few different times when I started, where I was just like, and I think maybe a part of it was because of COVID, where I was just like, or just getting like homesick or like kind of just you know getting used to the college experience during the time like COVID. But I'm happy I didn't transfer, and I also agree with like just getting like involved in different things makes the experience at college better because I'm like I said, I wasn't involved in a lot of things at first. I was like just like doing like schoolwork and stuff, and then after that, like I remember when I joined cross country in 2023, I started enjoying college a lot more because I was like getting myself out there and like doing. I wasn't limiting myself as much. I was like going to the gym more. I was like making more friends. I was getting in more activities, showing up to more club events. So I definitely agree that like it makes college balance is like everything. Like having the time to get your schoolwork done, and then after that, you know, chilling with some friends, working out, just having a fun time, getting involved in activities at the school and stuff. Definitely is a great way to live up to that college experience. Seth, I was gonna ask you the same question. What were you're about to be done college? It's your last term on campus. You got your internship after that, and you're pretty much done after that. What have your favorite memories been of college so far?
Okay, so I have a couple of that's okay.
Yeah, that's
That's
fine.
perfect. The more the merrier, Seth.
Yeah,
Uh,
that.
so my one memory I have was winning my 10th award just just because like everything I've been through, not just like in my life, but especially at Central Penn, it felt like um a chapter is finally like going good for me, like finally something going good, and like how do I say this? Yeah, so basically like all through college, I always wanted like that silver lining moment. Like I always played sports, so I always knew like I was good at that, but I wanted something that like jeopardized, like that set me apart from sports. And it was like I always like in college when I first started, I always wanted to be like Parker and like Brian or Aaron and stuff. And like I always modeled how they became presidents and how they mimic it, so I could try to like not basically do what they did, but like use that as a template to like build my own legacy. And it was like me finally getting that 10th award meant I finally made legacies. Like I could finally be my own self. Like I didn't want to be compared to nobody else. And like it helped a lot because like I always wanted to like just impact so many people, but I didn't realize how impactful I was until I got that award. And then another memory I have was when I won homecoming. Just because like a lot of like people counted me out.
Yeah,
Like a lot of people say I couldn't do something. And instead of me crashing out and being disrespectful, I used it more as Phil. I used it more as you said I can't do it, so I'm gonna do it. But this time I'm gonna do it 10 times better. And it was like me like winning homecoming made me realize like it helped me with my ego, not so much my ego, but more my confidence.
Yeah.
And it was like, I won. Now what? You can't say nothing about me now. Now that's something I did that most people can't do. And it was like something my dad always taught me was to be humbly conceited.
Yeah.
Like, it's always good to be humble, but sometimes when people feel like they can play, you gotta be conceited.
Yeah.
And it was no shade to anybody that was on the court. It was just the outsiders that made it more than just a homecoming ballot. Because homecoming is supposed to be fun, but when people when people count you out, not just about school and life, when people count you out and you prove them wrong, it's the biggest. Like, it's the biggest. I told you so.
No, definitely. I know Parker. You won homecoming too, right?
I did. I was in a similar situation with Seth, where I was doubted by former homecoming kings that were of Central Penn, thinking I was not going to win because the homecoming court that year was a tough competition. I was going up against two. There's a few of the guys on the homecoming court were popular guys on the campus, and I thought they would have got the whole baseball team vote and everything over me, but somehow I ended up winning, and I was very shocked. But to Seth's point, is a lot of people that I learned and I encountered from school and all is I was always doubted my whole life, and my favorite thing was always was saying, "Okay, you want to doubt me? Watch me win now." Because there's a famous saying I like to say. There's a song in the motivational song. It ain't over until I win. And there's many times where my back was against the wall and people were doubting me, and I came out on top and win. And one thing I learned in life is the people that doubt you and always make fun of you and try to stir the pot about you, they're the ones that are jealous because they see you winning and they're not in your shoes.
Yeah.
So it's nice to prove, to Seth's point, it's nice to prove the people wrong with also staying humble. That's why I'm a big follower of the saying, kill people with kindness.
Yeah.
Yeah. And another memory was basically like at my school, all rivals, like in every sport, it's just like one team in particular that thinks that they're above us. So it's like seeing, as a former athlete, but most importantly, a three-sport athlete from this school, seeing my teams beat this school every single year, it just builds more of a spirit for me. It felt good to see one class beat a school, next class beats the school 3 times in a row, and then the soccer team beats them, and then the basketball team beats them, and then they dodge from the cross country team.
Yeah.
So it's just like, it helps me realize that just because Central Penn might be like Central Penn, just because Central Penn might be boring sometimes, that we build a community and we build somewhat of a family. So it's like, not just because I'm not on that team or because I don't have a uniform, shouldn't mean I shouldn't have pride in what that team did. And my last um moment that like really stuck out to me was after, like, so I had a mentor that went here. His name was Elijah Tinson. Um, he was the advisor for all the clubs that I was president or vice president of, and me and Elijah would work constantly to try to make something best, like make it fun. But one moment that really like helped me like shape who I am today was when we was at the end of the year awards, and me and Elisha had almost 7 awards combined.
Yeah.
So it was just like, also him coming from my county, it just built something like, it made me realize that not just because I did something, that he also did something, that my vice president at the time, Lil, did something, that everybody, that we all just combined it for something greatness. And that was the same night where I had multiple awards in one night, and I got to where I am today. But yeah.
Yeah. I will say, like, a similar message you guys both had is, like, kind of like people, like, counting you out and stuff. And, like, I did something last night that I've never done ever before. Like, I literally, it sounds corny, but, like, I literally prayed for my enemies. Like, I just felt like I've never tried it before. And, like, I don't even know how much I actually meant of it, but I thought just, like, giving that, like, a practice and, like, talking to God and kind of just seeing, like, you know, if that helps is, like, because sometimes it's hard to, like, forgive people that count you out and stuff. Like, I think we've all struggled with, like, having people that count you out or just, like, dealing with, like, people giving you shit or something like that. So I tried that last night, just, like, praying for, like, everyone, including people that I'm not the biggest fan of. And, like, it was definitely a humbling experience doing that. I've never done that before until last night.
Yeah, and one thing that I've learned these past 4 years is you have to learn how to let it go. You have to learn how to, you have to learn how to let shit go.
Yeah, because if you don't, it's gonna live in your head rent free.
Yeah, like, yes, there's people that I don't like. Yes, there's people that did me crazy, from teammates to coaches to friends that I thought was fun. But one thing they taught me how to do is love myself, and not wish, oh, just because they did me dirty, I wish nothing but harm for them.
Yeah.
You have to everybody equally, but how the quote says, love your enemies as if they was friends, trying not to be your enemy, or something like that.
No, I completely agree. Like,
Yeah, so like,
it's also like, no, I completely agree because it's like, I know there's probably I'm not perfect. Like, I've been an asshole at times, so it's like, for all the times where I'm thinking, like, oh, this person, like, did this to me or blah, 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 there's probably someone out there that thinks that about me, so it's like, and they could be completely right. Like, so it's all about just, like, yeah.
One thing I could really say is, to the people that genuinely support me, thank you with every part of me in it, with everything in me. I genuinely thank you for sticking around my toughest times to my battles. I knew I wasn't perfect, but y'all made it like it.
And that's
to the people that, my fault.
Oh, no, you're good. I didn't make what were you saying? My fault.
And to the people that counted me out or hated, I'm glad that you did it. Because if it wasn't for you, I would still be the man I am today. But because you did that hating stuff, you elevated me. Because one thing they say is, if you don't got haters, you're not doing it right.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all just proved that everything y'all said about me that wasn't true helped me realize who I am. So thank you. So I genuinely thank you for bashing me. I thank you for counting me out, because you helped me realize I'm Seth Parr, and I'm here for a reason.
Yeah.
That's exactly a great point. Like, people that do you wrong in life or stab you in the back or turn you back, they teach you life lessons that don't always take people's kindness for granted, and that at the end of the day, because I remember back in high school, I was always someone that used to worry about, oh, I made so and so mad, why is so and so mad at me? But one thing that I learned as I graduated high school, graduated college, and went through life, you know who your true friends are and stick with you through for the lowest of lows and the highest of highs, based off a few things, and I went from having over so many friends to now I have a friend group that is a very small group that I know that will always be there for me and everything. And that's the important life lesson to have is you always be grateful for the people and the memories that cross paths with you. But it's the true people that stay by your side that make things more and more important and make you the strongest person you could be and the best of the best you could be.
Yeah, I think you guys are both completely right, and it's like when there are people that like hate us for whatever reason, like out of like envy or jealousy or just like those are people that they don't know how to be themselves, so that when they see people like us be ourselves, they envy that. And my response is, I hope they know how to be themselves, because clearly people that like look at like people that like try to cherry pick and like try to critique other people's like behaviors are the same people that they feel that way about themselves. They project their insecurities on other people, and I hope and like you said, like kill people with kindness and stuff. I know like growing up, like especially in middle school and high school, like I was a huge people pleaser, and then when I got to college, like I learned to like have like I get along with a lot of people, but I have like a very like I have a very like I don't want to say small friend group, but it's like I have a friend group that's like a few people. They're very solid people, but I'd rather have a few real friends than a bunch of fake friends. It sounds cliche, but it's like it's surprising how many people don't follow that motto. Like, um, my next question I was gonna ask you guys was actually a little bit more college related too. Is to anyone that's watching this that's either starting college or like middle of college or whatever, just what is your guys? I have an answer too, but I want to hear your guys' answers first. What is your guys like advice to people that are just starting college or like that are in college and stuff like that? Parker, you can
You
answer
go.
first if you want.
You, you want me to go, Seth?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see.
So what I would say to a new college student who's going to college for the first time and everything, the one thing I will say is it's okay to be nervous at first and be intimidated because it's a whole new comfort zone level you're getting out of to go into. However, I will add though, do not be afraid to get involved because one thing you'll learn in college as you go through it, don't just go to class and just go back to your dorm and get involved because you never know what opportunities will open up to you if you get involved. Take it from what Seth said and what I said earlier. Seth and I came to Central Penn, and when we were in college, we both probably had the same mindset as just get your degree and get done. Well, when you get involved on campus, you'll realize how much things improve. Like, for example, me joining the Nightly News Media Club. I realized I'm a better writer than what I was, and it opened up so many opportunities and doors for me. I did club events and got involved in the community on campus where it allowed me to even expand my horizons for potential internships and got my foot in the door. So the big thing is I would say to students is definitely be a leader. Be a leader on campus, take an initiative role and get involved because those doors could open and make things best for your future if you pave the way. It's up to you. They'll give you the tools, but it's up to you to take it and pave your way through college for a successful future.
Yeah, I think that's a great answer. Um, Seth, do you want to answer? I can answer first. Up to you.
I'll answer.
Okay.
Um, to the people that start in college or finishing up college, you don't gotta be nervous. But one thing I definitely gotta let y'all know: everybody's not here to be a friend. You're gonna go through it, and that's when you go through it, you're gonna find out who's there, who's really your friend, and who's really not your friend. And
Yeah.
another thing you need to do that is once you build a legacy, nobody can take it from you. And it'll be cliche to say, yeah, make sure that you do your schoolwork, yeah. But I'm not your parents. I'm not gonna tell you what everybody has going to tell you. I'm gonna tell you the realest thing from somebody that did that started from where y'all started to now. college is gonna be difficult, but don't let it break you. You're stronger. You're stronger than we feel like you can't be stronger than. You're stronger than your mental health. You're stronger than your physical health. You got this. Stay locked in. Stay blessed up. And most importantly, put this first. Put God first and you second. Other than that, have fun. Don't do
Amen to that. Amen to that, Seth. Amen to that.
Those were,
and don't do nothing. That's gonna kick you. That's gonna my fault. Don't do nothing stupid. That's gonna mess up your life. Try to benefit somebody else's life. Be
yeah,
your own person. You're the leader. You're not a follower. Your parents then sleepily make you follower. Be your own person. And with that,
yeah, I think that's a great answer from both of you guys. And just like what Parker said too about like, you know, just it can't hurt to get involved in stuff. Like the worst thing that could come out of it is if you get involved in something and it's not for you, just don't be involved in it. It never hurts to get yourself out there. And like what Seth was saying too about like how not everyone's your friend and stuff. That's also very true. It's important to have the mindset of going to college to obviously like you want to have people you want to get along with. You want to have friends. That's definitely a huge part of the experience. But you're there to get your degree, find out more about yourself, and just balance is just everything. And that's like part of my answer too is just having that balance of like what works for you. Other people, even if they're coming from a good place, might tell you like what to do or something, but at the end of the day, like you know what's best for you. Everyone has a different kind of way to get things done. Like what might work for me might not work for you guys, and vice versa. So I think it's important to find that balance of especially if you're like an athlete. If you're an athlete, finding that balance of okay, what days am I going to do my schoolwork? What days is this assignment due? Let me just. Some people might. I would do all my schoolwork in one day at the end, but it's all about like finding out like when to do certain assignments, when to have time with friends or whoever. If you have a girlfriend, make time for her. Make time for your family. Call them, and it's like it's a lot. It sounds very stressful, but when you start trying different ways to like make time for things that are important, like schoolwork or the people in your life and all that, the more consistent you are, it'll get easier along the journey. So that would be my answer to
and
that.
don't put yourself out. It's not the end.
Oh, wait, can you say that again? Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
What I said was, don't burn yourself out. This is college. It's okay not to know where you want to be. It's okay.
Yeah,
We're
I
young.
I agree with that too. It's like we're young. There's yeah, I definitely agree with that. My next
So,
question is actually a little not. It's actually not related to college at all. It's kind of two questions, but it's kind of like one question. But like, what are your guys' favorite sports? And then what are your favorite like teams for like what are your favorite sports teams and what are your favorite sports? So, Seth, if you want to go first, and then Parker, you can answer after that if you want.
my favorite sport right now is basketball, flag football. Well, you could consider that football, but yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite sports team are the Eagles, obviously
Let's
Super Bowl
go Bears.
champions. The 76ers, they better win. I'm not playing.
Yeah.
Um, and my new favorite team is the United Sports House team for flag football.
Oh yeah, you're playing flag football. Yeah. You can talk about that a little bit if you want, like about like kind of like how you're feeling about it. Like, are you nervous, excited, both?
We can get back to that question.
You get back to that. Okay, we'll talk about that a little bit later. Okay, so your favorite sports teams are Philadelphia teams, pretty much like Phillies, Sixers, Eagles, Flyers.
All the way. Gotta love the biddy.
Shout out Philly sports teams with it. Parker, what about you? What are your favorite sports, and then what are your favorite sports teams?
So when it comes to sports, like I'll watch any sports. Like if it's on, I'll watch it. But if we're gonna go favorite sports, mine is hands down would be baseball, football, and then college sports. Like I'm a huge fan of college hoops and college football. When it comes to teams, but I am all Philly except for NFL football. I am a diehard Steelers fan. I've been since I was growing up. They're going through a rough patch right now, and I'm not afraid to admit it. They're in what I call they're in a mediocrity stage where they're doing enough where they're not a bad they're doing enough where they're not terrible, but they're not doing enough where they should be competing for something. Like
Yeah.
I'll give a shout out to Philly. Philly the Eagles have a great team. Like Howie Roseman's a great GM. He did a lot. Nick Sirianni's doing a good job coaching that team. The Eagles, and I don't know if we saw the news earlier today, gentlemen, but Michael Parsons wants out of Dallas.
Come to
So
Philly.
the big rumor I am hearing is if he doesn't get traded to Philly, I hear the Eagles may be very heavily involved in the offseason to acquire him. If they acquire him on the Eagles defense, look out. But and then for college football, for college sports, I'm a huge Penn State fan. Always been a Penn State fan. They gotta, in my opinion, is they gotta get their stuff together because they definitely got a team to compete for a national championship. But I just feel like there's some pieces holding them back. But I hope I do get the time to see them win a major championship because out of all the teams I like, only the Penn State and the Flyers and the Sixers are the only two teams that I've never seen win a major championship. And to Seth's point is the Sixers, they don't know. Like a few years ago, you would think they would have won an NBA championship. Now all of a sudden, they're looking like the old Sixers when they were when I was in middle school when they were horrible.
Yeah.
Hey, let's go, BJ and
But of course, we also got to say the Central Penn Knights are also our favorite sports teams too, gentlemen.
Yeah.
now. It's like that. Shout out the baseball team. Shout out the soccer team. Shout out the basketball team.
Shout out to all Central Penn sports. Shout out to
Oh yeah.
that flag director Casey Hicks.
Yep. Shout out Miss Casey
Shout out Casey.
and Coach and Ken Austin.
Oh yeah, shout out Coach Ken, shout out Casey, Elijah.
Oh yeah, and Park. Shout out the best Steelers quarterback of all time, Mr. Will Howard.
Yeah, shout out Will
Downtown native, down from where you guys are both from. I have big faith in Will Howard. I'm not a huge Ohio State fan because I'm a Penn State fan, but from what I'm watching in training camp, Will Howard is looking really good, and I think people are doubting him, but I can see him taking the keys to the car if Rodgers screws up.
Yeah, give that Chester County boy a chance.
I'm all for it, Seth. I'm a bit when they drafted him in the sixth. When they got him in the, I'm like, I'm happy with this pick.
Actually, I don't watch sports that much, but I used to bet a little bit in college, and I remember Parker would like tell me he like knows about baseball and stuff. There was a few times where he helped out with some bets that I made. So I always knew Parker was like a big baseball fan and stuff like that too. Like he even like was like telling me about like the game and stuff like that at certain points. I remember I went to like an Orioles game last year. That was really fun. I don't know. I bet on the game when I was there. Like that's the only bet I did. I can't even remember the last time I made a bet. Because it's just easier to not bet, in my opinion. Because like you'll win and then you'll get like if you're like, oh, I can just keep betting. It's like that's how they get you. It's like you win a bunch and then you just lose it all.
Yeah. And Camden Yards is such a beautiful ballpark for a baseball game. But if you ever get a chance, even though they're not a good team, but PNC Park in Pittsburgh is a beautiful ballpark to check out. If you ever guys get out there for a baseball game.
Yeah. Oh, and another Chester County's really cooking right now, Jim. We have another NFL player from Coatesville.
Yeah, I remember you were telling me something about that. Yeah, who was that again?
Diamond Miller.
Okay.
He signed with the shout out Coatesville.
Yeah. Oh yeah, shout out Shout out Chester County with it.
Yes, sir. County and PA.
Yeah.
Love to see locals getting a chance. And hey, I like to see with Dante Kent on the Steelers, a Harrisburg native, a Harrisburg High graduate, and I guess we could shout out superstar Micah Parsons too, because he's a Harrisburg High graduate.
So,
I actually got the opportunity to watch Micah Parsons play when I was. Now he graduated a year after me, but I was able to watch him play in high school, and he was a beast. And actually, fun fact: someone that I used to work with at my one job, he actually, when Micah Parsons was going through CD, he actually coached him in middle school and everything. So that was pretty cool story to hear too.
yes, sir. Parker and Michael.
Yeah. Alright, well, I guess those were my main questions. But Seth, if you want to talk about the flag football thing, and then Parker, if there's anything else you guys both want to add, if like anything you want to promote, or just like end off with, you guys are welcome to do that. Seth, you can talk about the flag football thing. Like, how are you feeling going into it? You played flag football in like high school, right?
Yeah, I played from my 7th grade year to my senior year. I really did good. How I'm feeling about this season? I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling a tiny bit anxious just because it's my first season in the men's league. But right now I'm in talks with um one of my childhood best friends, Brendan Wood, trying to get him on board with my team. Then also trying to persuade the host to join flag football, but and Simon, we'll wait for that announcement. But I have high expectations for myself this season, and my main goal is to perform at the performance I'll perform, and better yet, let's win this joint.
Hell yeah. Well, good luck for your season. I'll be popping out to the games, be supporting and shit. Parker, is there anything you want to like promote or like add or anything?
No, I don't have anything to promote, but I'll just end on this: is just remember, everyone that's listening, just be true to yourself, keep being better, do what's best for you. One thing I'll just add that I actually went from 272 pounds down to 242. I weighed in today. Just
Hell yeah,
always remember,
congrats.
mental health and physical health is very important in life. So always make sure you're checking on your friends, checking on yourself, make sure you could be the best that you could be in life.
Hell yeah, congratulations on that, too. That's impressive, bro. Good shit, seriously.
Thank you. I have to give a shout out to my fiance for helping me with it. She actually last year she actually started a fitness program that they do, and she did a whole transformation, everything, got back in the gym and help got better and everything. And she motivated me to better my life choices and everything with my lifestyle. And I realized cutting back on calories, losing weight, and getting back in the gym, like how much of a big motivation and how much it helped my mental health and everything and physical health. So I can finally say I'm finally confident and comfortable with seeing how the progress I made to this point. Obviously, there's still more to come, but I'm very happy with the progress I made so far, and definitely find yourself a motivator to help make you a better person.
Hell yeah, that's awesome, bro. Congrats.
Congratulations to that.
Thank you.
Is there anything you want to add too?
Yeah, a little promotion when I do that. I want to promote my social media. You could find me at
All the links will be the links are in
IGTV.
the description, by the way. Anything, all the links will be in the description. For like social medias and stuff. Parker, if you want, do you want your social media out there or no?
What's that, Jimmy?
Do you want your Instagram in the link or no?
Sure, if you want to put in the link, that's fine.
Okay. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I just thought I'd ask because I know
I'll,
some people don't want their stuff out there and some people do, and I just thought I'd ask because I know Seth was talking about it. But sorry about that. What were you saying, Seth?
I'll be doing content such as pre-games. Well, not that type of pre-game, obviously. Yeah, I have to do that on Patreon. Not yet, but I'll do like sports content. Basically, I'll be doing content with my friends, vlogs, all that. Stay tuned. Y'all know where to find me. I'm gonna give a big shout out to my roommates, like all 25 of them, because I had a lot of bad roommates.
No, facts.
But my boys from 153. Shout out to my boys from 165. And shout out to my Central Penn Bulls. I'm gonna miss y'all when I graduate, but it's time. It's time for the king to pass the torch, and I'm ready to get the hell out.
And as an alumni, Seth, as an alumni, I want to congratulate you, Seth, on your journey. You went through a lot at Central Penn and all, and how you rose above and became a Central Penn great and did everything that you did and accomplished. Just know you made, as a Central Penn alum, you made the college proud. We are proud of you. So congratulations to you with making it to the end of your college journey. We are excited to hear what you do in your next chapter of life.
Thank you. That means a lot. Time to just get this diploma and get on.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Like that's one thing we could all agree with this statement, gentlemen. That I'll say is that we all had a lot of highs and a lot of lows in college, but the important thing is we got our minds together and we pushed through all of the negativity and all the down things that because in college you are going to hit burnout moments, you're going to hit low points. The important thing is how you respond and how you rise above it.
Yep.
College is not easy and all, and if it was easy, everyone would choose the college route.
Yeah.
But the important thing is keeping your mind right and pushing through everything. It's going to be tough, but it's all worth it in the end.
And one more shout out to the debate team who just got the first official win in the collegiate debate league against Parr University Wednesday night.
That's awesome.
Hell yeah.
But yeah.
Like shit. Well, yeah. Thank you guys for coming on the call. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this first episode. I already have some guests and some future guests that have agreed to come on, so I'm planning on probably uploading like weekly. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next pod with it. Peace.